It is all about opening doors to opportunities and proving that vision loss is no barrier to exploring the great outdoors. Opportunities Unlimited for the Blind is empowering you through unique experiences from ice fishing trips to summer camp adventures. These life-changing programs ensure that everyone gets the chance at adventure. And we've got the executive director, Gwen Botting, right down there. Camp director, Eric Wallace, that you guys just came back from a big old icing trip or ice fishing trip up north. Welcome to the mix, guys.
Thanks.
Well, you got to tell me about this trip, Gwen. Eric, how'd the ice fishing go?
It went really well. We had just 3 kids, but that's still awesome because blindness and low vision is a really small group of kids. And so if we can get 3 of them to decide they're going to leave their cozy beds and come out on a weekend and spend it sitting on ice, that's an awesome thing. We have a great naturalist that works with us. She had all the equipment we needed. She could test the ice. We had 13 inches of ice.
Wow.
So plenty of ice, and nobody felt uncomfortable out there. It was pretty slushy, and it was really snowy because we were in Petoskey. And so driving was a little more of a challenge than actually ice fishing.
Right? Eric, you're laughing. You were there, right? You were just telling me, is there a big one that got away? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, the minnow on my pole got eaten, so we know there was something down there.
Something happened down there. Somebody got fed, but you didn't get the fish to come back up.
No, I did not get the fish.
That's the most frustrating thing. But talk about the experience of what this is, showing kids that there doesn't need to be a barrier between them getting outside and having some fun.
Yeah, that's right. The kids really did have a lot of fun. Like I said, my minnow got eaten, but I still had fun.
And that's something that you can do. And that's got to be a big part of just half the battle, is saying you can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And did they want to? Not really.
No.
They're like, we have to go down this really rough path, and there's snow all over it. I'm like, get over it.
Do hard things, right?
Do hard things.
Right?
Because if you never learn to do anything hard, and this goes for any child, then your life as an adult is going to be pretty miserable.
Absolutely.
Because life is full of challenges, and you need to figure out how to come up to those challenges.
And that's how that ice fishing trip really put that into play, right?
Absolutely.
As you were mentioning, these things were difficult, even made more difficult with vision loss. And here you are, persevering, going through these things and having a great time.
We did have a great time, and they played a lot of Uno, just saying.
All right, so ice fishing's in the rearview mirror.
Absolutely.
What are we working on now? I mean, you always have so many outdoor adventures planned.
We do. So we are planning a tandem biking just an afternoon or morning. Haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Okay.
In April. And then the first week of May is our garden day at our summer camp, which is on the west side of Grand Rapids at Camp Optimist. So we will have kids come out and plant our garden. And they will get to take home a big planter that's about 2 by 18 inches,
Nice.
2 feet by 18 inches. That they have loaded with seeds and ready to grow. And a couple years ago, one young man was so excited about his planter that his mom shot a video of him showing me all the tiny little plants that were coming up in his planter, which was
whether
awesome.
Biking, gardening, ice fishing, all of these great things that people can do, even with vision loss. Eric, I want to hear a little bit about your story, because I know that you're looking for volunteers. You're still looking for staff.
We're looking for staff.
Right.
We pay people.
Okay.
It's not a volunteer gig.
Got it. So you're looking for staffing.
This is a real gig. Yeah.
And Eric, so let's talk about how you became camp director. I mean, what was your journey to this?
So I started out as a camper as a kid, and I believe in 2010 was my last year as a camper. But the following year, that's when I became a counselor in training. And then after that, I went from a counselor in training to a counselor. I spent a year as a kitchen manager, and then I believe in maybe 2018, that's when I started becoming a counselor plus the assistant camp director. And then after COVID, I became the camp director.
You basically have climbed that entire corporate ladder right there. Right? You went from camper to director.
Let me just say he's washed a lot of dishes too. So.
And everything. And you won an award, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I won the
Michigan Association of Education for outdoor education specialist.
That is
something like that.
It is a long title.
MAEOE. So all you MAEOE people, I'm sorry, I can't remember how to pronounce your name. But
So here it is, from camper to award-winning camp director,
Absolutely.
right? It could happen to you too, and you're getting paid.
Yes.
This isn't a volunteer position, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
you want to do that. Opportunities Unlimited for the Blind Camp Optimist is where those summer camps are happening, June 14th through the 31st. So you want to get on that now. Registration, pretty affordable, as low as $25.
Right.
Wow.
The adventure trip is the only thing that costs $150.
Okay.
And this year we're going to Minnesota, and we're going to have kids in single kayaks, kayaking in Lake Itasca, which is the headwaters of the Mississippi.
Single kayaks.
Single kayaks, not tandems.
Right.
And when we have bike camp, which is after that, that's also tandems and adaptive bikes, but also teaching our kids that are blind to ride a single bicycle.
Can you imagine?
Which is a little mind-blowing for most parents.
Yeah.
They probably don't really get that part, but it's really important because there's nothing like captaining your own ship.
Absolutely.
Or riding your own bicycle to give you self-confidence.
Every kid knows that
Every kid.
feeling the first time they
Right.
got the bike to go by themselves, and those with vision loss shouldn't be excluded from that.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a euphoric feeling.
Yep.
We want you to get involved. Here's the website, oubmichigan.org. If you want to get involved, maybe you want to get hired, there's the website, oubmichigan.org for more. Thank you for the time this morning, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.